What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Power Play with CJ. Today we're going to focus in on the Northwest Division preview. Just one legitimate Stanley Cup contender in Vancouver, a team that thinks it's a Stanley Cup contender in Minnesota, and two young up-and-coming teams, then the Calgary Flames, who have one of the most exciting players, exciting young players. We'll talk about them in a second. Let's start off with the projected standings for next year. Get to the good part early. I got Vancouver winning the division. Luongo is going to be out of town. They're going to find some way to ship him. And Corey Schneider is the man. He's was drafted in the first round 8 years ago by the Vancouver Canucks, and he's the guy they're going to count upon to bring them where they want to go, which is for fans of Vancouver, the Stanley Cup. They want to win the Cup. Heartbreaking loss to the Bruins last year. They gotta move past that. And with the forward core, if Kessel is healthy, if the defense can step up, they're a legitimate contender. Jason Harrison's another thing. We'll talk about him in a second. Minnesota obviously made the biggest news of the offseason. I got them finishing second. They'll be around between 5 and 7 in the West. Goaltending and defense are the biggest issues with them. Suter and Breeze are great. Neither one of them plays goalie. And Suter's only one defenseman in a 6-man blue line. So, we'll talk about them in a second. Third, I got Edmonton. I think they'll surprise some people. There'll be a lot of 6-5 games next year. They'll be really exciting to watch. They can fill a stat sheet and really light it up. It's just a matter of the goaltending and the defense, much like Minnesota, only more so. I think the defense and goaltending in Edmonton will struggle a lot more than the one in Minnesota. They'll be a fun team to watch. I think Yakupov will have a hell of a rookie year. I think he'll be the first rookie since Pat Kane to have 70 points next year. And, really show why he's the number one pick. I love that speed. I love that acceleration. I love the way he plays. He's really, like I said, an exciting player. Then I got the Colorado Avalanche, fourth. Kim Duchesne. They're pretty deep down the middle with Duchesne, Stastny, O'Reilly, Fallon, Marvin Jagger. Leave some questions to be answered between the pipes. The defense is suspect. They got a lot to prove, but I might be the only person who likes Joe Sacco as a coach. He's a BU guy, so it's the nature of the beast. And then Calgary. I got Calgary bottoming out next year. I think this is the year they stop moving the veterans. Iggy, Kipasov, and Bouwmeester got to find new homes by the end of the year. I think, ironically, Kipasov's the best goalie in the division. Most proven anyway. I think Schneider's the best. Kipasov's most proven. But I'll talk about the X factors for each team. For Vancouver, it's Zach Kassian, who they acquired last year at the trade deadline for Cody Hodgson. There's a kid that went in the first round pretty high because they thought he could be a first-line power forward that could score and bring the tenacity and the physicality. And, brought that, but didn't bring the offensive part of his game after the trade to Vancouver. I think he's a better complement if he can realize his offensive production. I think he's a better complement to the Sedins and Bursters because I think he's bigger, he's tougher. He brings everything you want from a power forward. It's the guy that models his game after Bertuzzi, back when Bertuzzi was good, back before he finally assaulted and ended Moore's career. And then for Minnesota, obviously, they said Backstrom's their X factor. A goalie's everyone's X factor. Let's stop kidding ourselves. I get Tom Gilbert. Can he return to form? The guy that had 45 points a few years ago for the Oilers, or he's going to be the 22-point guy last year. Can he really step up and be the number 2 guy to complement Ryan Suter? That's the biggest question, I think, for Minnesota, even more so than the goaltending, because I think if they want to win the Stanley Cup, it's not going to be with Backstrom. They got to go out and try to get a guy like Bernier. But I think in terms of solving the problems on the blue line, Gilbert has to step up and realize what he can do. And then Calgary, I think it's Michael Backlund, the young kid from Sweden. He's been around a while. Can he be that guy to call him an Iggy? And Sven Basheni, who we'll talk about him in a second, talk about the rookies in the division. Can he really, feel, they thought he'd be long-term a setup man for Iggy, and he really hasn't been that. Can he win that number 1 center job? When you got a guy like Mike Camilleri in front of you, it's pretty tough. But, he's got the skill, and if he can do that, I think Calgary can surprise some people. Edmonton, Ryan Whitney fell on Massel. He's going to stay healthy, plain and simple. If he brings his two-way game to the blue line, Edmonton's defense improves significantly if he can play 82 games. And then from there, what happens? Can they make the playoffs? Maybe not. It's a long shot, but I think if Whitney's healthy, they're definitely in a much better position. I think I speak for everyone. And then Colorado. another American defenseman, Eric Johnson. They paid him the big money. This is the kid that went first overall back in 2006. There's a reason he went first overall. He's big. He's got skill. He's got tenacity. He just got to put it together. If he can put it together, really be that number one guy in Colorado's blue line, really anchor that defense. Duchesne, O'Reilly, Stastny step up. Landeskog is a good sophomore year. Parenteau plays well. Varlamov doesn't. I thought Varlamov underachieved, but I don't think he was that bad. This is a playoff team. If he can be that number one guy he was projected to be when he went one overall 6 years ago, if he can be that guy, this could be a playoff team next year. And speaking of rookies, three pretty exciting rookies. I think obviously we're talking about Nail Yakupov. No, he's an easy one. Michael Granlund, who I've talked about a few times, the Minnesota Wild, will be very exciting to watch. And Sven Basheny, who actually I'm probably just as excited about. He's Calgary's one blue chip prospect that you can say like this is a good, this is the man. He had 3 goals in 5 games with the Flames in an emergency call-up last year as a kid that averaged around 2 points a game in the dub for the Portland Winterhawks. He's proven all he can in the Western Hockey League, and I think he will get a look next year in Calgary. I'm really excited to see what he can do. I think he can put up 50 points next year. I think Yakupov will have, statistically, out of the three of them, the best rookie year in terms of offensive production. But I think Basheny can have the biggest impact on his team out of those 3 rookies because, playing a system like Calgary, you're not going to put up the highest offensive numbers. But if he can have 50 points, which isn't out of reach, this team might not be that bad. And I know I've been down on Calgary. First of all, Calgary's actually my favorite Canadian team, so don't accuse me of being a Calgary hater. But, it's all on this episode of the Power Play with CJ Northwest Division Preview. Stay tuned for more episodes throughout the offseason and beyond. Later, guys.